And just when I think I've escaped this game, it goes and pulls me right on back in. Hello everyone, my name is ReclusiveZ and I welcome you all back to some StarRupture, but this time on the public test branch with the test variant of Update 1 and all the potential goodies that the devs are going to let us play with. So, let's get into the start of things real quick. Welcome to Update 1. With Update 1, new corporation levels have been added and rewards redistributed. With that change, all corporate levels are rolled back to level 1. Unfortunate. Your progress has been restored as data points. Fortunate. You can distribute the received data points in the corporate terminal to quickly unlock new corporation levels and rewards. Kick-ass. Yeah. The Forgotten Engine has been started. The starting of the Forgotten Engine has reduced radiation levels on Arcadia 7. The Claywood Corporation is very pleased with your achievements. Mr. Claywood insists you explore new areas of the planet. Their riches should help increase your effectiveness, allowing you to even better fulfill your assignments. But yeah, on the public test branch for this, you know, going to be giving this new update a run, going to be seeing how it handles and what all, you know, weird oddities and potential kinks it has with it that, you know, the devs will have to iron out. The world engine still isn't fired, but Earth, I think, is still there with its slip gate. Yeah, this is here, and as you can see, we're back with my original series save, so the update is currently save stable, but the devs do say there is a caveat with it. Back up your main save before you start doing anything with it, because that will basically invalidate the save once you start doing stuff with it, and any and all progress you make during this testing phase will not carry over or be usable when the update officially goes live for real. So keep that in mind. I will most likely plug in, you know, their instructions for how to back up your save, as well as how to access the public test branch or PTR or PTB. But yeah, that's that. Let's get exploring around and see what all, you know, has changed and what can be found. And well, I mean, I guess the first thing to do would be to look at the map. Is yeah, look at that. There is no green fog. Quite a bit of expansion, being able to move the mouse around the screen this much. So yeah, there's no green fog over here, because I'd basically been bouncing off the outer edges of where the radiation was during the last episode, or last couple of episodes. Oh man, look at it. You can go all the way down here now. There is no fog anywhere within these areas. Just up here near the world engine currently, so it looks like they've unlocked a huge chunk of the map. That's going to be pretty great. Yeah, I need to get back to the mega base, because with let's see right here. Yeah, with everything being restarted, my 1,358,080 data points. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get the mega base producing and sending stuff back up to Earth, back up to the corporations. I don't have a dash.
Reloading.
Odd that I do not have a dash, but I don't have a dash. Nope. All right, well, skipping that then. Oh, not having a dash sucks ass. I didn't use it much, but I was kind of starting to learn how to use it and getting kind of sort of fond of it. Let's see. Use a set of these.
Nice.
Use a set of... Oh, wow, check that out. They color outline now. Or did they always do that? But you restore when you use different ingredients and or the different edibles and stuff like that. While I'm in here, I've still got all my story items, still got all my blueprints unlocked, still got the key cards and stuff, still got all my weapons, and all of my limbs appear to be the same. Still locked out at a max level of 45, unfortunately. Yeah, it doesn't look like any of these have changed to an extreme extent. Kind of weird, though, that the corporate levels have been restored, or reset back to 0, but I've got a map. Considering the map is unlocked with your corporate levels. I wonder if we can get over there now. Man, I'm going to be heavily distracted. I'm going to have to... Let's see if we can find some new critters. There should be those crab-looking things around here somewhere. They seem to be fond of water. Is they were showing those off in one of the, there it is, in one of the teaser trailers. I don't remember what these are called. I didn't really pay attention to it, but it's got tentacles and bugs that look kind of spritey. How fascinating. How neat. Look at these guys. Question is, are they bulletproof? They are bulletproof.
Changing mags.
White bulletproof. All right. How about shotgun proof? I can make them go wherever I want so far by the looks of... Oh, push them together. Yeah, that's an idea. Go, meet your friend. Meet your friend. They have tentacles. You don't have tentacles. I like where this is going. It's going to be the dream date. It's, oh man, they're not going to get close together, are they? It's going to be a weird game of me trying to push crabs together. I didn't think this is where I was going to start this episode. Or how I was going to start this episode, I should say. Is it grenade proof? They are grenade proof, but their bugs are not. I blew the bugs up. Oh, nope, they're back. All right. Well, these guys are kind of neat. They hurt you if you get too close by the looks. If you run into them, they hurt you. I mean, they're neat. Nothing overly fantastic or special about them, though. They're kind of just a filler entity, really. All right, back to the mega base, though. As yeah, as I was showing in here earlier, yeah, all these have been reset. I have just all the baseline elements right now. I don't even have my windmills. Uh-oh. You little spitting buggers. Hey, yo. Trying to get back to my base. Damn you. I wonder if the monoliths have changed any.
Changing mags.
Doesn't look like it. Nope, they seem to be pretty normal still. Yep, and radiation still. All right. Well, I'm gonna mosey my way on back to the main base since, well, I'm all the way out here in the space sticks. It's gonna be real interesting to see how broken my game is, because I am running off of an active save in comparison to, like, starting a new game. Did have to disable some of my mods, mainly, well, I did only disable the only two mods that I have, which was the extended, camera range and the build anywhere kind of thing, so that, you know, I could get past some of the base issues I was having. Disabled those just because they were hard crashing the game. They're crashing the engine. Oop. Something floating in the air. I don't know what that is. It's in the cliffside now. But yeah. Gonna have to keep an eye out for, yeah, like, there it is. I don't know why my first instinct is to look and then shoot, but it is probably the most American thing that I can do. Go for a slide. Well, the main base is still here. That's a good sign. Doesn't look like it's been degraded in any way, shape, or form. It looks like it's all still intact. I'm not gonna have any pants left after this. Just shredding them on this way down. So yeah, the main base is still intact, which is a good sign. Should make it easy to restore my corporate levels, considering I have the vast majority of everything I needed built. Well, up until like mid-tier. Going without using energy, yeah. Layer on tiles connected with power. It's normal, makes sense. But yeah, the base is still here. I guess the first order of business is going to be getting into corporate terminal, seeing all the new buildings and stuff that are there, and then, well, unlocking a couple of them. Let's take a look from above. Yep, everything still seems to be here. At least as far as I'm seeing. I don't know if the multi-rails have been fixed with this update or not. My base isn't exactly designed to take full advantage of them, like standard spaghetti mixer type base, but I mean, they should handle relatively well. I mean, hell, if the rails are fixed, I should be able to compact this base down even more than I already have. That's an idea for a later date. Yeah, seems like everything is still here. So, that's a benefit. Nothing has disappeared or otherwise been defunct. Quick autosave. I wonder if the rail carts are still floating over here that I had that popped up during my earlier builds of this bit. Yep, they're still here. Just floating in place still. Not sure what causes that, but they're still here. If I'm remembering correctly, yeah, my inventory is still very loaded. But I have stuff to turn in real quick. So let's get a bunch of points out of these.
Interesting. Useful information.
So that brings that back to normal. Let's grab a bunch of building blocks that I have left over. Actually, you know what? Let me put a bunch of these away. Which frees up quite a bit of room. Grab these.
Oh, gotcha.
Because if I'm going to be rebuilding, I'm going to need it all. I don't know if quartz has a use yet. I know it goes in the teleporter. I'm going to hold off on that. And, let's see. Corporate terminal. Let's start with future health solutions. So this looks normal in here. We have the regeneration chamber, the med tool, the LEM station, the food station, the helium extractor, inventory upgrades, pressurizer. I think the pressurizer is a new and renamed variant of the refinery. Because there used to be a refinery here, wasn't there? Right next to the sulfur extractor. Compounder's still here. Both these LEMs are still... There's an oil extractor and refinery. Oh, so that's the refinery now. So the oil extractor can be used to extract powerium. And it makes an output of powerium, and then that powerium can refine into oil. Refined oil. More LEMs. We have quartz in here now. Not sure why there's quartz in here. Selenia Corporation. Fabricators here, inventory upgrades, furnace, recycler. Recycles items into various building materials. I mean, that could be handy. Kind of sounds satisfactory-ish. I wonder if we'll just be able to plug lines into this and scrap down material to turn into something else. More lambs, mega press, quartz ore. We've got the laser drill. Used to extract advanced ores, can be placed on goethite deposits, whatever the goethite's those large black like resource nodes that look like a snake. I wonder if that's what goethite is. And the pyro forge refines raw goethite into products. So it can make a goethite ingot, a titanoferrite ingot, and a wolfram steel ingot. So we're getting into alloys. Kinda neat. Assembler's still here. More LEMs. Instructorizer. Crafts items from materials. It makes scaffolding, quantum tranquilizer, anti-radiation covers, nano syringe, airlock, carbon sonar, RTSC, whatever that is, an RNA stabilizer, I know what that is, ion thrusters, and rocket fuel. Are we making spaceships? Are we making a rocket? Why would we make a rocket? What do we need a rocket for? Are we breaking away from the corporations and getting off planet? Are we escaping? Are we gonna pull a Subnautica? Facture. Advanced production building utilizes high-speed machining to make products. Biofilament converter, cyclotron, rocket engine, tracking device, dome, ion bomb. That sounds mischievous. That's gonna knock out power grids. An RTSC generator, don't know what that is. A satellite body and synthetic DNA. So, question on that. So we have the RNA stabilizer over here. And then we have biofilament, which is part of, it's for use for making sleeves. Like, it was mentioned in one of the things I was reading during my exploration of the world engine. They were talking about how they didn't have enough biofilament to keep making one dude's sleeve who wanted, you know, bigger muscles. So we've got biofilament and synthetic DNA. I wonder if we're going to be able to make sleeves for people. I wonder if we're going to bring back some of the NPCs. Or maybe in order to, like, get new sleeves ourselves, we're going to need it. But why make it so far up the tree? Because the regeneration chamber is right there at level 2. Biofilament and stuff, to be able to make it, is all the way up here at level 13. That'd be weird if they did that. Also, more quartz ore. Griffith's Blue, equipment upgrade station. There's my dash. My dash is in here now. Allows you to rapidly move in one direction over a short distance, costs energy. But yeah, for some odd reason they lock the dash behind the corporations. It's like we're unlocking our body. Which technically makes sense, it's a sleeve. It's technically corporate property. Grenades, war bonds, defensive turret, war bonds, inventory upgrade, defense tower, war bonds, more quartz. Life giver, greater life giver lems, more quartz ore. A lot of quartz ore in here. I think quartz ore is going to be a very, very required product or element. That's all for Griffiths. And Moon Energy Corporation, recipe station. The map is still here. Extendable walkways, development station. Used to unlock improved versions of buildings. Be placed on a wall. Has to be placed inside a habitat. How neat. There's a lesser lem, base core amplifier, wind turbine 1, more quartz, inventory upgrade. Chemical generator. Advanced power generator burns chemicals from the atmosphere to create electricity. Oh, I wonder if this is that device the one dude in the world engine was talking about as well. Because there's alkanes or alkalins or something like that is now in the atmosphere due to the world engine. I wonder if this is to take advantage of it. So this would technically be his blueprint that the corporation stole from him. And basically told him to kick rocks. Makes 6,000 energy. That's kind of neat. And more quartz ore. All right, what's in Clever Robotics? Personal storage, drone. There's the multi-rail zip line. Connector for zip lines. Used to support long zip lines. Makes sense. And zip lines. I wonder how fast these are going to be. Ducts electricity. Well, that's smart. Cargo dispatchers are still here. Radial rail connector. A connector for drone rails. Allows for extension and splitting of their pathways by creating up to 8 rail connections. I don't know how that is going to be useful. Especially with how compact the player base has been making bases as of late. I don't know how that's going to be useful. Well, the teleporter's in here now. Multi-rail 5s are still here. More quartz, more multi-storage. So I'm not seeing any tier 2 stuff. I'm not seeing the tier 2 windmills or the tier 2 solar stuff. I'm not seeing anything tier 2 related in here. So I can only assume that it's trapped behind the development station. So let's unlock that. Get it built as the first thing that needs to be done. So what do you have? Compounder version 2, improved immediate production building, utilizes chemical reactions to make products, offers optimized recipes designed for higher production output. All right, so it doesn't look like they changed the overall icon images other than they added arrows. I wonder how much more they produce. Reached in level 10 of future health solutions. Okay. Large habitats in here as well. Fabricator level 2 looks kind of neat. Improved basic production building, utilizes nanoscale. Yeah. Furnace 2 looks kind of neat. Whoa. Ore excavator 2. That got an upgrade. That's double trouble. That's double the excavator. improved version of the ore excavator offering higher extraction rates. Now, I wonder what it means by higher. Is it doubling, tripling, quadrupling? And constructorizer version 2. Orbital cargo launcher level 2. Huh. Well, that should be the first thing I unlock. That's going to be in Griffith's Blue level 3. And there's Solar 2, as well as the Base Core Amplifier 2 and Wind Turbine 2. So, these are not worth unlocking, because these level 2 variants do way less than that chemical generator, which can probably be unlocked far easier, because that's 200 for the solar, and it's only 2,000 for that wind turbine, and that chemical generator makes 6,000. And the chemical generator is only on tier 13. Maybe that will be difficult to reach. Something to think about. And then Lever Robotics, I believe. Oh, there's Rail 2's storage 2. Rail 3 is in here. Little expendable storage. Or expandable storage. Alright, so I should really go for level 3 in the Griffith's Blue real quick, because I'm going to need this in order to get the base going again. F quartz. Oh, and it needs ignitium. Or ignitium, as she was calling it. Build orbital cargo launchers 0 of 20. Supply to development station with required items. Total power consumed by buildings 450. I do not have any ignitium. Ignitium is not something I had any reason to collect, because I just haven't had a need to upgrade any of my powers. Oh, damn it. What are the odds I have some out here? Because this is from when I broke down my first tower and base. This is all the material it left over. It just doesn't get destroyed by the StarRupture. There's plenty of this in here, which I'm going to need. So we got all that, but there's no ignitium in here. Maybe I plugged all my ignitium into this centralized tower. Because if I did, I can just destroy this tower real quick and rebuild it. And that'll give me the ignitium I need, and then I can get the cargo launchers going. No, I don't want to do that, but wow, I've got a lot of resources sunk into this base. Look at those numbers. Scroll through that slowly. $4,676 platforms with another 2,823. Choose level. Nope, I didn't put any ignitium in here either. Put meteorite hearts though. Well, shit. All right, that means I'm gonna have to pause briefly and let a StarRupture happen, and then I can go from there. I don't think I unlocked hardening agent either, because I went out and got the last 2 blueprints I needed. So while I'm paused, I can get hardening agents running. Right here. No, not here. Oh no, my brain is blanking out. That's right, I need to unlock the building. I need to unlock the furnaces and stuff like that. Let's give me more inventory. How many do I have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 rows. One, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I've still got 6 rows. Okay, so that didn't... They didn't let me add another row cheekily. So yeah, I need sulfur for the hardening agent and sulfur for the super magnet. So I'm going to do that real quick. I will be right back, and then I will, you know, continue. I'll keep building stuff once I have it all set. One moment. Oh, this is nice and handy. So I'm over here collecting sulfur ore from my cargo receivers. Not sulfur ore, but sulfuric acid. And it delivers, you know, just as it normally would. which is great and all, except for now they only have one slot for material and it only drops off in sets of 100. I mean, it's always dropped off in sets of 100, but it's only like one slot now. I don't remember. But you can pick now where they pull from. You used to have to run all the way out to your sender and tell it where to send it, but now you can go to the receiver and tell it what sender you want to pull off of. So for instance, this one is empty because I never attached it to anything. And come in here, and these are all the available cargo dispatchers, or the ones that are in use. So for instance, I can now tell it to pull from this one. No, not that one. Okay, so this one then is what I want to do. Cargo dispatcher 17. And now it'll pull these just the way I want them to. So that is damn handy. The ability to set your receivers to pick up what you want. That just pick up 3.
I think I can use this.
But yeah, being able to set the receivers to doing what I want is just great. Where is all my material go? Oh, that's right. Chemicals are being sent out to my sulfuric mines to make the sulfuric acid. I forgot chemicals are in use. Yeah, this is brilliant. I very much approve of this. This is great. This is something that was very much needed. Well, time to keep collecting acid. Already a little bit of harvesting done later. I've got slightly more quartz because it turns out quartz is highly finite. It does not respawn. So whatever quartz you find, make sure you don't throw it down or lose it because it never comes back. Not sure why the devs developed it like that, but they did. And got some magnesium. As I said during my previous one, I guess the first thing to do would be to come in here and unlock these orbital cargo launcher 2s. See what they're like. So that's built. Should probably get these running so that I can start pumping material into orbit and start unlocking stuff. So I'm not spending all of my points right now. I'd rather spend them for high tier stuff that takes a lot versus, you know, just simple unlocks. I'm gonna hold off on the fabricator too. Let's go get the orbital launcher set up. See what the difference is real quick between the Gen 1 and the Gen 2. So they take the same material, they just take more and use a lot more power. Oopsies. Alright, so we got the Gen 1. Old Faithful. And now Gen 2, which is... Or, I mean, it gained an extra set of blocks. And it's got 4 inputs to it now versus 1. Oh, and it can go and it can double up too. Wow. That's definitely kind of nice. The ability to feed it 4 rails worth of material will be handy too, because you can really pump them in. So Wolfram bars, I'm not sending those anywhere, I believe, so I could probably just plug these in. Just right now to get the standard Wolfram stuff done. My titanium. So my Wolfram bar should be right here. Yeah.
That's just what I need.
Give that time to sync back up. Because it's pulling from one of my many mines out that way. Probably that one. At least it should be. Yeah, Wolf Bar Gen 1.8. Yep, there it goes. It's filling up. Send this power. Just because I can. So, current iteration, if I'm remembering correctly, I think sends up 1 at a time. Yeah, its material goes up 1 at a time. Well, it definitely takes more than 10 seconds to load. Anything inside? Nope. Yeah, it's taken a lot more time to load. Oh, it ships off in 100s. Oh, that's handy. That'll get this over with quick. All right, so I could feed a ton of material into this. I wonder if because it's got multi-ports, if we'll be able to send off multiple, like, mixed packages at some point. There we go, that's done. So yeah, the ability to ship off 100 units at a time, that is way faster. Probably hook a stopwatch up to this. So it should take about 20 seconds then, because it hit 10 seconds at 50%. So it's doubled. Well, that's impressive. Oh, I like these. I think these are going to be very, very handy for late game optimization and unlocks. I guess the real question is going to be, how do I want to plug these in at the end of my line? Well, my simplest option would probably be build out here just an air platform that I can then stick a bunch of material on, or of these launchers on. That's too high. Oh. That shouldn't be possible. So remnants from the mod are still here, and those can carry, like, the mod is still working, but the mods are disabled. How neat. But this is an original setup, so now we can go 6 high? Was that 6? 4, 5, 6. Yeah. You don't just go 3 high anymore. They doubled that as well. So the standard pillars can go up high of 6 high. Oh, that'll be handy too. But we'll get these out of the way. I'll get these out of the way. So yeah, if I just build a set of pillars out here. I don't know what's going on with the blueprint building system currently, but at least I've got a platform now. Let me get this built up. Did they change the building stability? Because normally these can cover 5 without any issue. This is weird. Normally these don't have this issue. You know what? The hell with this platform building idea. I'm building on the ground. Alrighty, so instead of making a bunch of minor jump cuts as I was building all this stuff out, I decided to make one big jump cut. So now I've got my platform. I've got 5 senders over there of the level 2 variant. I've rather sloppily and messily built all of these down here because my brain has completely and utterly forgotten which each one of my rails is running. It should be easy enough for me to remember, but for some odd reason, my brain was glitching out. So I built these so I could see it and have storage for it. So now I'm going to plug these in down here. And that'll start feeding these. Ooh, glitchy. Or laggy, I mean. So these rails carry 240 a minute. It should be able to fill these up relatively decent, at least up to maybe 75. Oh, let's see before it launches. So yeah, 75 per before a launch. Even looks like the pods are bigger. So these will continue to hungrily feed these. And feed them rather well, because I'm getting a lot of experience out of these currently every time they send up a decent amount. Found out I had some issues with my base. Unfortunate, but it happened. So the multi-rails are fixed. They finally stopped doing what they were doing, which was sliding back and forth for me. Now each individual rail carries a product that's plugged into it. So it's easier to come over here, really. I had to fix it by putting splitters at the main delivery junction. So how my base works is, if you've seen it before, is all these basically produce into the center lane. The center lane comes this way. And what it did was it would come out of this four-way and it would just go up and plug into one side of a multi-splitter, because, you know, before this update 1, multi-splitters let you know product jump around between the rails, so there was no reason to have them separated out. Well, because that one rail was plugged into only one side, it wasn't feeding my base. It was only feeding that individual rail. So then I had to plug in single to a multi, and then plug each individual one of those multis into another multi. That way, because my base is broken down into using individual sides like that, it's best brought over. Yeah, there. It's gonna be confusing, but it will make sense. So yeah, because I only had one supply line feeding into this very right line right here, and they were able to jump around, this left line was being fed. But because the multi-rails are fixed now, and they're not jumping, this line was being not supplied. It was basically dead. So I had to, as I said, hook up that single into a 3. That way, when this line made a call, it would pull from there, put it into the single, and then distribute it out where it needed to be. Similar to how all this is working now. So see, that 4-way leads into the single, leads into the multi, and then they shift around like they're supposed to. Some go to the middle, some go to the outer ring, and that lets them come up and start flowing this way. So that group can go that way, that group can go that way. It was a bit of a hassle. A large chunk of my base was just dead in the water because of how I'd built it, but luckily, because of how I'd built it, it was easily remedied. Yeah, it's running now. I have a feeling when this update officially drops, I will be rebuilding this entire base. Not like this, but it's definitely going to be far more compact than it currently is, and it should run cleaner, because yeah, I'm gonna have to figure all that out too, because as I said before in my previous videos, this base is designed to have another base or another supply setup built above it. And the initial idea was they would come out, connect into 4-ways, and then these would make 480, and these would plug into a single side, and then the one on top would make 480 and plug into the middle lane. And in truth and honesty, as to how high I can build this now, I might actually be able to put a 3rd tier up here, so I can make another 480 and plug it into the other side of this line. So I'd have 480 being carried on each one of these rails for like 1440 total. I mean, it's an idea. That's a lot of material to be running, though. As the only one that would really benefit from that amount of material currently, I think, is chemicals, because I think chemicals require 1440 per minute of a material. just don't remember which one it is. Yeah. This is all running now. The base is back up and running. It took a lot longer for me to troubleshoot than I wanted to, but I think this episode will be coming to an end because it's kind of running on. I think when I was looking at how much I'd recorded, it was at like the 50-minute mark. And as much as I hate only showing little bits, I've shown some of the new creatures. I've shown this orbital launcher. I've shown the cargo receiver fixes. I've shown the multi-rail fixes, which are great. Let's see. So I'm gonna have to slop these over. Also, don't ask what's causing the core heat to be so high. I have no idea what's doing that, because these bases were very core heat stable and now they're not, which I find just weird. I can only assume the devs changed something with how the heating system is balanced. Let's see. So let's do plates on this one. I do believe I have my ceramics. No, I don't have ceramics in here, so I'll have to swap these around so that I can put ceramics to it. Stabilizers I can do easy enough. This just needs more glass. I'll put the glass one down at the end once it's finally done. Synthetic fibers will be easy enough to get, but I may use heat shielding. But, yeah, my jumbled up base got a little bit scrambled, but it's back in working order, and so far the updates the devs have made are just unbelievably great. Update 1 is going to be fantastic when it finally releases.
Necesito agua.
Oh, quiet. Went out and grabbed more ignitium. I've got that. Let's go see what else I can unlock currently before I go bringing the rest of this down. And then next episode I'll have far more unlocked, and things should run a little bit quicker with finding powerium and stuff like that. Let's get some of these unlocked. Zip lines, that'll make my life a little bit easier. I'll probably build up a couple of those. Development station. So fabricator level 2 I want to mess with. Furnace level 2, reach Selenia Corporation 6. I'm proud. You know what? I'm just going to spend the points. Unlock that. Unlock all furnace recipes.
Ruptura activity detected. I recommend
I have
finding
all the
a safe place.
I have all the furnace recipes unlocked. Recipe station. Yeah, the furnace recipes are 100% unlocked. Yeah, all the way down to super magnet and hardening agent. That's a little... It's a little buggy. Yeah, it's not unlocking the furnace. Well, I mean, this is... I mean, wonkiness is gonna happen. As much as I want to see the new furnace, it's just gonna happen. Storage depot level 2 I don't need, but I would like rail 3s. I've yet to mess with those. So Clever Robotics 7. I mean, I can just spend the points and unlock that. That's the main reason I want to save my points, is to get down into these. I've got all that. I've got all of... Nope. All right. So when Ruptura blows, I'm going to have to go out and get the last chunks of my ignitium. That I can unlock the rail 3s, and that'll be my first time using those. Now my base will be able to run at its full 480 tilt like I want it to. It is a bummer that the furnace won't open up. What are the odds the devs did the intelligent thing? Where you can just, I don't know how far out I want to go if I'm going to be safe. Nope. Not going to be safe. I'm wondering if the devs will just give you the ability to highlight and replace. Like, Fabricator 1, you highlight it with Fabricator 2, and it just slaps it down, and it keeps all of its connections and all of its recipes and stuff like that. Because it's going to be a real pain if you have to rebuild each individual one and then remake all their connections and stuff like that.
The planet is being incinerated.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, I hope Creepy Jar is intelligent enough with their design that they'll implement that, or have implemented it, that I can just hot swap out Fabricator 1s with a Fabricator 2. Oh, I'll know in a moment. I'll go collect my Ignitium and I'll bring everybody back. Alrighty, I've got the Ignitium I need. Unlock Rail 3s for the first time. Because I'm on the opposite end of my base, I can test out whether or not this will just... You know what? It's not going to, because it's so much bigger than the originals. Oh, it's so much bigger than the originals. Well, that throws my entire base design right out the window. My urge to compact everything, I didn't think about the devs making next generation of buildings slightly bigger. Well, that's highly unfortunate. Yeah, that is considerably bigger. I wonder what it takes to make certain things out of this one. So it's a 4-2-2. 4 material every 2 seconds for 2 material going in. It is an original. A 1-2-1. So yeah, you gained 3, keep time, but use only 1 more titanium bar. That's a triple boost in production for the same amount of time. That's efficient. That's a hell of an upgrade. It seems to have carried across the board too. Yeah, 6, 5, 8. So these are even faster now. Rotors are way fast, or not way faster, but they make more. Why do tubes require goethite ingots? I wonder if that's a slip up on the devs' part. Because tubes currently don't require goethite. They require titanium rods. Titanium rods and sheets. So yeah, enhanced. So to build more tubes, you need wolfram powder and goethite ingots. Why? It's the same thing. You're just making more of it. It's weird to add 2 new elements. Stators look to be the same. Yeah, everything's the same but tubes. Why would the recipe change like that? Ah, to hell with it. I don't know. Rail level 3s. Okay, so these still work out the way I want them to, where I can just slap enhanced rail 3s down. So this... Oh, those are a hell of a lot faster, ain't they? Look at that bottlenecking. So I'm gonna have a lot of rails that I will have to replace at a later date. That's the bottleneck going from the 4 back into these, but... Damn, I've got a lot of rails to replace. How many rails? How many rails? And then I'm ending this. Let's see. I already looked at it once earlier in the video. Oh wow, it doesn't give me the individual rails out there, but there's plenty of support. 667 four ways. So yeah, that's going to do it for this episode. The base is back up and running in proper form. Everything's doing what it's supposed to be doing, and upgrades are being made. Next episode, finding Powerium and Goethite and exploring some of the new regions and seeing if I can find some more of the new creatures and stuff like that, and just trying to find a better area to potentially build out the remainder of the base. But the problem is this is public test branch, so even if I do build out the base, it's not going with me. I probably shouldn't even worry about that. Explore, show things off, build minor things, call it a day, I think is what's going to be this little secondary chunk of the series. So I thank you all for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy the video and you happen to like the content that I create, feel free to do the normal YouTube stuff, like, comment, share, subscribe, whichever you prefer. Either way, I thank you for donating your time to watching my series, help my channel to grow, and yeah, I'll see y'all in the next episode of StarRupture. Bye.